This video is mostly in response to the whole Suleiman Tari racist incident that took place. I think it was a week or so ago. Um, a lot of people and analysts have come out to talk about it. Some other YouTubers have come out to talk about it as well. And I usually on this channel try to keep things to light topics. I don't really like to get serious very much. But it is a problem that has not been properly addressed. And it also begs the question of, can it be properly addressed, or is there really not much that you can do about it? The way I see it is this. If you are going to fight racism in this sport, the only way you can do it is not by punishing the teams that these racist supporters are behind, because the teams have no control over this. The best they can do is, from their vantage point on the field, just try to calm the fans down, or talk to the referee about what's going on. But it makes no sense for me to dock points from the teams, because you're not punishing the racist supporters that are chanting or throwing things at players that they're trying to mock. You're not punishing them, because think about it like this. When they go into those games to cause a ruckus and they make noise and they start harassing players and fans, they already know that their actions are likely going to have consequences. They know that FIFA or UEFA or the referees will stop the match, postpone it, suspend it, and more than likely either award points to the other team or fine the federation that the fans belong to. They know that already. They just don't care. They don't care because you're not affecting them. You're not punishing them. So when you dock points from the players, it's unfair to them because they don't have any control over it. The best they can do is just support the player on the field that's being mocked. Maybe walk off the pitch with them as a form of a demonstration that they're not going to stand for it either, so that player that's suffering the racial abuse doesn't feel alone. If you want to punish the ones that are the real perpetrators of this, I think you have to do two things. One, you have to increase security in the stadiums. And I know that this is a position that's very unpopular, and I'm someone who's very big on respecting personal privacy and protecting that. But if it gets to a point where those supporters are coming in, they are harassing other fans around them and players on the field, they are a danger to those around them. And if they are a danger to those around them, you have to increase security in those stadiums. You have to have some kind of filtering process where you don't admit them into the stadium. And number two, for any racist supporters that are part of any kind of ultra ethnic fascist groups or whatever, once they are identified in the stadium, have the referee stop the match, have security come in and arrest them. Arrest them for disturbing the peace, throw them out, and not just that, register them. Register them into a system where their name, all kind of personal information is recorded, and they will never be allowed readmittance into the stadium. A ban for life. Not even a one-time warning, just ban them for life. Not enter. Arrest them, throw them out, have their name in the system, ban them. But don't punish the players on the field. Another thing, for players that are the victims of said abuse? Is it best for them to walk off, as Saleem Antari did, and as Samuel Eto'o has in the past? Just to give you an example, because this racism seems to be primarily targeted towards African-based European teams in Eastern Europe and also in Italy and Spain. Or should they, is it a matter of, would it be sending a better message if they just kept playing, ignored it, and acted like the fans' hate doesn't faze them? It doesn't bother them. It's not going, they decided, I'm not going to allow this to affect my performance on the field. They can go to hell. And should I just keep playing? Like we saw, for example, I think it was last year, when Dani Alves was playing for Barcelona, someone threw a banana at him. He picked up the banana, he ate it, he took the corner kick, and I think eventually he provided one of the assists for Barca's goal. He took it in stride. So I can understand arguments for both. I can absolutely understand why a player would decide, you know what, screw this, I'm not going to take this, walk off. Absolutely. I can also understand a player doing something like Dani Alves did. So the whole question of, is it better to just show them that you're not bothered by it and don't allow them that sort of victory that they're getting to you and they're upsetting you? Or do you walk off in demonstration to show that you're a human being and you have dignity? I don't know personally. I can't be honest. I can't relate to this at all. I've never been a victim of racism, so I cannot relate to that. And I can understand at least the arguments for both. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but as I said earlier in this video a couple of minutes ago, increase security, register these clowns into a system, and just ban them for life. Ban them. Because punishing the teams, they know their actions are likely going to result in penalizing the teams that they support. They just don't care because they're doing what they're doing for attention. And that's all that really I have to say on that matter. And for those of you who go out and do this type of thing, I know that none of my subscribers do this, but just as a sort of message to these people that go into these stadiums and they hold up these signs and they do like Nazi salutes and everything, and get a life. Get a life. Seriously. Don't you have anything better to do? Don't you have more productive things to do with your life? Really? So, you know, also get rid of your anger. Get rid of your hate, because it's not going to serve you in life. It's not going to serve you well. It's baggage. And honestly, life is just it's too short. Life is too short to be pissed off all the time. So, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.